Boom. There we are. Here we are. Hello. That is me. Hey everyone, I'm Nerd Queen Alexis and welcome back to the channel. This is not blood. This is Samus juice. No, it isn't. Give me 5 seconds and I'll embarrass myself. Anyway, we are painting up this bad boy. His name is Samus, Demon Prince of the Ruinstorm, and honestly, he is amazing, and I absolutely love this model. Like, this is great. And look at that ass, that glorious red ass. That is an ass a demon can be proud of. The clap of those cheeks are the stuff of legends. I'm so stupid. Anyway, we're painting up Samus. I want to get him finished for absolutely no reason. I have no reason to paint this model. He just looks really cool and he makes, like, I'm probably going to use him as a bloodthirster for 40k or as a Demon Prince of the Ruinstorm. I might actually use him in 30k. I want to try out demons in 30k. I think they can be pretty cool. So we'll definitely give them a try. So, as you can see, I already started basing them and everything, and I have all my paints behind me. But I do want to make sure I have everything ready so that we can start painting him. Now, Samus is interesting. He's a big red demon. Like, this is pretty much all I'm going to do to him. Like, his skin's already highlighted. The camera's not really showing it too much, but you can see it on his muscles and on his neck and on his face a little bit. The, like, right up his nose look like it's unpainted, but it is painted. It's just a glare of the camera, which is kind of weird. So yeah. So let's get into this. So I'm gonna get the brass started on him. And I'm going to be using Screaming Bell for this. So yeah, as I'm painting, if you guys want to ask questions, hang out, and pal around, just go ahead. If you guys are painting something, let me know what it is. I want to know what you guys are painting currently. What are your newest projects coming up? I know that I am trying to finish my corn demons. Mostly because I've been in a very corny mood. I built an army list with them and I want to try it out. It has a Bloodthirster, Be'lakor, and some Slanesh stuff in it. So yeah, greetings. Hello, friend. Hope you're doing well. Currently we are painting Be'lakor. Not Be'lakor, Samus. I was just talking about Be'lakor. I'm actually still waiting for my Be'lakor to get here. And this paintbrush is starting to fray, which sucks. And I hate it. I hate when paintbrushes start to fray. It's like the worst thing ever. Especially in Iceland, because a lot of this stuff here is expensive. So I don't want unnecessary expenses brought on by a demon. So what do you think of the new Genestealer Cult Bomber? I think she's pretty neato mosquito. I'm interested to see what the Genestealer Cult does, especially now that they lost Perfect Ambush. So, which is their best stratagem. So I'm really curious if they're just going to be terrible. My feeling is that they're going to be bad, but like not terribly bad, if that makes sense. I think that she has some unique abilities and she could deal a lot of damage really quickly, but I feel like you're probably going to need like 3 of her on the field to actually take advantage of it. It's wholesome painting time. Yeah, look at that demon ass. That is a really juicy ass, like, seriously. Stuff of legends. Samus's ass. Not many have lived to tell the tale of Samus's ass. Consider you guys lucky. Who can they say? Two thin coats. Oh God, yes. Yes, 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 indeed. So right now I'm painting his like wrestler belt thing that he has for some reason. I don't know why he has this, but he does. So I'm making sure I get it from like every angle that I can so I can get all of the parts. Because there is a lot to this weird belt thingy. I'm guessing Samus was like, I don't know Samus's lore, so forgive me. But like going based on his model, it looks like a stereotypical gladiator. That's what I'm guessing. The thick Shaolin. I love it. I love it. One thick coat. Don't ever do one thick coat. Okay. So yeah, right now we're just getting that belt, which you can't really see because my camera kind of sucks. But yeah. And we're going to have to do a lot of cleaning up to the black underneath it, but that's fine because right now we're just doing the touches, you know? Hi, hello! Is his weird face thingy also brass? It is for some reason. Okay, that's strange. Kind of don't want it to be brass. I always found it weird that Korn's like favorite alloy is brass. I've always wondered why that was. Is that a 40k demon or an AOS fantasy demon of Korn? Actually, it's none of the above. It's Samus is from 30k. He's a demon of the Ruinstorm. But what I'm going to be using him as is a bloodthirster, an exalted bloodthirster. And I'm just going to say the clap of his ass cheeks keeps him airborne. Because not taking him with wings is stupid. Oh, that's a little tiny piece. Please tell me I'm not the only one that sharpens their brush with their tongue. And of all the things that I've stuck in my mouth, brush is not bad. Don't take that out of context. But yeah. Oh, I fucked that up. Okay. We'll get this nice and cleaned up in a second. So it isn't too much a problem. But yeah, I base coated him corn red with spray paint. Then I went over him with Carabal Crimson to get this nice like design. Then I dry brushed the ever living hell out of him with Evil Sun Scarlet. Then I picked very key points, and you can see the key points, and I went over it with orange. Just to, you know, get a really nice look, you know? Because I wanted his muscles highlighted. Boop. Bust out the lighter. Honestly, that's not a bad idea, but I don't have any. But I typically just sharpen my paintbrush in my mouth. Okay. I still don't understand this wrestling belt thing that he wears. It's so weird. But there's so many champions of chaos that have these like wrestling belts. I always think like Space Marine chaos armor is always just like the silliest thing in the world. Because some of them have like ridiculous shapes. Let's see. That'll work. Gonna go with a finer brush. Whoop. That actually dripped right off of there. There we go. Like most 40k armor, if you actually build it, you can't turn your head. Which I will always think is funny. Don't need to turn your head, you need to look forward and shoot them in the face hole. Pew 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 pew. Go. Probably our fixation. Yeah. I feel that. I definitely feel that. So now I'm just going to paint up this weird face. I'm just going to guess, like, when they designed the Corn Demons, they definitely went with the more classical demon aesthetic for them, which I like. I like the traditional looking demons. But it just feels like they were watching, like, American wrestling, and they were just like, yeah, that's cool for some reason. Let's design them like that. And that's how they get their armor designs in 40K. 40K is literally rule of cool. Does it look good? No. Does it? Well, actually it does. I like it. WDV Monday night. I don't know enough about wrestling to continue with a joke for it, so I apologize. I know SmackDown is a joke, and I know that most of the jokes around wrestling is they say wrestling instead of wrestling because it annoys people. No, but we're just getting some paint on this model, just making him look all nice and fancy. And this model will probably never see a battle report, which is kind of a shame. I only say kind of. Actually, should I do a battle report with Corn Demons? I don't know what I would fight, though. I could do Corn Demons versus Grey Knights. That could be an interesting fight. And so, weirdly enough, Demons versus Grey Knights is actually kind of a fair matchup right now, because demons of any demons can just spend 2 CP and just come back to life. So, like, it's almost like running 6 Keepers of Secrets against them, and they have a really hard time of beating them. Because, like, they'll easily handle like 1 or 2 of them, but when those 1 or 2 of them get back up and then summon in like 9 inches away, it's like, oh fuck. But yeah, so that's his little wrestling belt. Look at it, so fancy. It doesn't have any washes or anything on it. Think it then do it. You know, maybe. I'm really debating on whether or not I should. Like, that's the big thing. That's the big thing. Also, I noticed that most of my fan base is Americans, so they're probably like really weird at this kind of time. This time, which would be like 11 in the morning, 12 in the... Actually, it's like 1. So most of my fan base is probably like at work or something. I think that's funny. Because now I'm like time traveling. It's weird. Anyway. What do you think of the new Sisters Christmas Battle Force box? It's a box. I honestly think that all the Battle Force boxes for 40K kind of suck. There's a lot of shit in them that's just like redundant or just not needed. Like, you can tell that it's clearly like things aren't selling, so they're trying to push them to sell, if that makes sense. But I think the sister one is probably the better out of all of them. I think the sister and the AdMech one are probably the only ones worth their money. Because they're like $210, aren't they? USD? I know they're expensive, which is like, I don't think they're worth it, is what I'm trying to get at. I don't think the Battle Force, the Start Collecting, is worth it either for Sisters of Battle. I remember there was a video of you playing Cursed City that kind of looked like a werewolf demon. Yeah, you're thinking the Vaskir. Translates to like, translates to cheese, like wolf cheese is its name in English. Which, you know that there's an Icelandic person on the 40K team that's naming stuff. Okay, so yeah, we're just getting his leg armor done. A free boot is good for a while. I actually don't know where orcs are right now. I know that they're really, really, really strong right now in tournament play. I mean, I would say just follow what you believe is cool. Like, you want to do freebooters, do it up. I think no matter what orcs you choose, they're all pretty decent right now. Okay. Boop. Okay. And this there's a lot more detail on this model than I thought there was. So right now, oh, did I just hit your nails? No. So we're still getting that leg done. And it's weird that his color scheme is Black Legion. I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, ask questions, chat, tell me what you are building, painting, working on, or like what you find interesting currently happening within the hobby. Go. I will catch questions as quickly as I can get them. Right. And yes, I did prime this thing red because I like cheating. I don't like priming things, like, okay, if something has a color scheme that is just like Blood Angels, I will just prime them red. Dark Angels, prime them green. Okay, what do we got? I'd like to say that you may have a great day. Oh, whoop, I missed it. Maybe. Oh, thank you. Currently painting an immolator. Nice. Put some dominions in that. See, my problem with the immolator right now is that it serves like no purpose. Okay, so all right, I like the immolator, but the immolator is only good if you take like 2 of them, 2 to 3 of them. All right, because it feels like a main battle tank with its multi-meltas, and you want to use it as like a battle tank, but then you realize that it's a transport, so you want to use it as a transport and get it up close onto the battlefield, but then it's in danger, so you don't want to do that either. I feel like the Exorcist will just get more mileage, but the immolator is definitely not bad, especially with a pre-game movement with the Dominions. I think that's the way to do it. I prefer running it with Dominions with Stormbolters, and then the other one with Meltaguns. I think is the best way to run those. They're definitely not like the tournament level thing in my opinion, but I don't know what sisters are bringing to tournaments currently. I play my sisters very differently than most people. I tend to play like hyper aggressive lists. Go. Man, if I drop this model, I lose $120. Oh, I completely missed that. All right, what do we got? Within the hobby, my eyes got set on Necrons, awaiting for funds to acquire them. Honestly, you can get a lot of cheap Necrons off of eBay right now. They're like dirt cheap. Oh, thank you for the donation. You're awesome and I love you. What do you think of the Custodian's Blade Champion? I honestly think that I can't wait to get one. I am going to field the thing. I'm going to put my hand right into wet paint and then have to fix this because I'm stupid. But honestly, with the amount of attacks at 110 points, I think that he's going to get a point increase soon. Like, there's no way he's going to not get a point increase. Especially being that he's a character also, so he can hide. And he can hide alongside Terminators. Like, he's just insanely good, in my opinion. Am I going to run him? Probably. I like, how you fuck? You just scratched me. That's rude. Bad. Yeah. Anyway. Sorry, sometimes you gotta tell your demons that they're being bad. I'll spank on their tushy. I love the fact that this demon has an ass. I'm really tempted to make a thong for it, because it would be really funny. If we get donations, if we get a good amount of donations, I will give Samus a thong. Okay, I'm currently taking a break from 40k. I feel you on that. And working on starting my AOS Corn Force with building my Slaughter Priest. Nice! Yo, Corn in AOS is actually playable. In 40k, Corn is like laughably bad. So you can actually have fun. I forgot to paint all the parts on his face. But right now we're just getting armor plates. I think Corn is fun in AOS. Mostly because there's not much shooting. You're going to have a lot of trouble against things like Beast Snaggers. I think that's what they're called. There we go. Oh, wow, I just screwed that up. I'm going to have to repaint the black on this one. And look at that. Hang on. You can see it all spilt right there. That was my bad. My hands are a little bit shaky still. If your hands are shaky, like mine, like I do get shaky hands, I'm shaking it right now to just emphasize this. Put both your hands together. It tends to stop the shaking. This doesn't work for everybody, but it's a just try it and see if it works for you type deal. There we go. Boop. Okay, what do we got? What is a Mad Doc? It's a doc that's gone mad. A Mad Doc is an orc surgeon who has gone a little bit crazy with surgeries. Yeah, they're kind of nuts. They will do crazy experiments on orcs, and orcs are incredibly resilient. Like, they'll take the brain out of an orc and put it into a squig, and then revive the squig. And you'll just have an orc and a squig. Because reasons. I'm wondering, and I would love to see a story for this, if a pain boy or a Mad Doc could resurrect a human. Just imagine how cool of a story that would be. How much heresy that would be if somebody famous got brought back to life. Like Yarick, if he died. There we go. Getting the underside of his armor. So far, Samus is looking kind of like a big toy, to be honest. Like, for some reason, my camera is showing him shiny, and he's not shiny. He's actually pretty matte. But yeah, we're getting him pretty well done. Did you see that Henry Chavel's talking about Warhammer on... Yeah, he mentioned it in like one sentence, got insulted for it, and then was like, oh, okay. Honestly, I did. I had to look up who that was. Because everyone's like, oh, he's the guy from Superman. He's the guy that plays Superman. And I'm like, I don't watch the DC movies. They're kind of garbage. And anyone who disagrees with me has bad taste in movies. Like, yeah. And then somebody's like, oh, he's the Witcher. And I'm like, didn't that come out like 2 years ago? So I honestly forgot who he was. And then Victor informed me that he has a unit named after him in Warhammer Total War, which I thought was pretty neato mosquito. Okay. Let's see. Heck yeah, I want to be a squig, right? Do they recognize the squig as an orc? So I don't think orcs recognize squigs as orcs, but they are an orcoid creature, if that makes sense. I don't really know how to say this, because it's like a kinda, but not really. Okay. Still doing this arm. I don't know what is up with chaos and arrows. They fucking love arrows. They need to be pointing at things at all times. I don't know what it is for. I don't know why they do it, but they do it. There we go. Boop. Okay, what do we got? The Gretchens. Yeah, Gretchens are technically an orc species. They're an orcoid species. But it would be like saying humans are monkeys because we have them in our species, or in our evolutionary tree. Our homo, isn't it? I think. Is it species? Or is it genus? It may be genus. I think that's the word I'm looking for. I might just be entirely wrong. Go. Alright, what else? If the Iron Warriors trust that gear, why not flesh? I'm unsure what you mean. Can you elaborate on that? Because all I know is about the Iron Warriors is iron within, iron without, and iron shake it all about. Anyway. Homo sapien for the genus. Thank you. Thank you. I am an idiot. Don't mind me. Boop. Also, one thing that really weirds me out is in 40k, only humans can become demon princes. But then they say that there are demon princes that are older than human civilization. So it's like, what? I get that you guys don't have consistent writing, because I'm not going to say, oh, it's because their warp is like all time and everything. It's actually down to just bad writing. But it's just something that I don't like. Like, why couldn't a Farseer fall to Khorne? That would be kind of cool. Or Slaanesh or Tzeentch or anything like that, and become a demon prince. Brush your rats in here? I don't get what you mean. Okay. There we go. I want to say that time does not apply in the warp. Yeah, like, we definitely could just excuse the bad writing. But honestly, I think it just boils down to bad writing. Because if time doesn't exist, or time is weird in the warp, why don't they just manipulate time so that they never lose? Or just wait out the Emperor? Like, that is something that's always going to bug me, is the fact that they could just wait out everything and they just choose not to. I don't know. It's something that bugs me in the lore. But the lore is incredibly inconsistent. Seriously, what is up with chaos and arrows? It's actually starting to bug me. Sure, excellent point. No, I wouldn't say it's an excellent point. My points are never excellent. They're just observations at best. I honestly think Games Workshop would do better with less writers. Like, if they had just a core of like 10 writers, they could have really consistent stories. but they have like 400 at this point, and they're all like all over the place doing their own thing, which, you know, some do really, really, really freaking good work, and I absolutely love them for it. But then you got people like Gav Thorpe who can't write like almost anything. I think Gav Thorpe is a bad writer, and I'll stand by that. Alright, so that shoulder pad is now getting there. So you can see where I messed up on the hand right here. But we can fix that. Keep in mind, this is prior, these are just first coats. Like, so we're still like getting every little part painted before we do cleanups and everything. Hey Norn, I'm new to tabletop and I got an important question. Okay, I'm all ears. Alright, let me just see this question. I have a question about playing the Inquisition in tabletop. Okay, I do like playing Inquisition, so do it out. Tell me. What is your question? As I finish this really quickly. There we go. Victor's laughing in the background. If you could change my body into a robot, I'd be an obliterator. Oh, jeez. Okay. So what is the question about the Inquisition on tabletop? When you play Inquisition, can you mix and match units, or do you have to have a Battleforged army? Your army does have to be Battleforged. If you're playing matched play, which 90% of games are played as matched play. But what you could do and have fun with is bring an Inquisitor or an Inquisitorial detachment, and it doesn't take away from the army being Battleforged. For instance, if you want to bring Sisters of Battle because you know that they're the best Imperial faction forever, but you also want to bring Acolytes and an Inquisitor, you can by splitting them into two different detachments. One detachment that's Sisters of Battle, one detachment that is Inquisition. And the Inquisition actually won't affect your army being Battleforged. So yeah. Yeah. There we go. Let's see. What about the Obliterator virus? Ugh. Man, I saw this guy on TikTok stating that Starfleet can beat 40K's armies because they can analyze their technology and, you know, neutralize it. And I was like, yeah, if they had time to do that. And then there's all the ghosts in the technology that would probably stop them. And then there's the Obliterator virus. There we go. What is the Obliterator virus? Is it a virus that affects weapons? It basically is anything the writers want it to be. It does like a multitude of different things. Do I want your sword to be brass? I hate that his sword is like curved a little bit. I have to put this under a heater and get it back into shape. But I don't think there's any more brass on you. No. Do I want to do brass under this armor? I guess I do. Let's get all of that under there as brass. There we go. Somnus is here. Somnus is queer. Get used to it. Anyway. That all done. I feel like if I made his sword brass, it would be too much brass. And the official artwork does have it as silver. So I think I will do it as silver. Okay. Alright, let's see. I have a homebrew army. It's kind of cool. Well, I'd assume so if you made it. You would always think it's cool. I have this thing where Deathwatch and Sisters of Battle and Grey Knights are working all together under an Inquisitor. That would be one hell of an Inquisitor. When it comes to tournaments, I have to use the Battleforged army, right? Yes. Yes, you do. Slaanesh is coming. Ugh. Yeah, Christmas is almost here, and I don't know what I want to do for Christmas. Like, to show you how, like, little me and Victor care about Christmas, all our Christmas decorations are just sitting in a box right here. Like, you can't see them. They're right off camera. But if I do this, you can see them. That's all our Christmas decorations. That's it. They're still in a box. Boop. Go. Okay, thanks again, Alex. No problem. I am always here to help. Or to be a burden. Both are true at the same time. Okay, let's get this horn all painted up black. We're going to dry brush the horns gray and get it up to a white scale. That's like my whole idea for them. Ready? And I do want to get this guy with some blood for the blood god on him. It'll look a bit silly, but he's a corn demon, so it should look silly. Always remember to check every angle possible for your model so you can see if you missed a spot or anything. Okay, and you have a broken horn right here. So we'll get that really quickly. Got 10 people watching, nice. Okay. That in just a second. I was watching the Grimdark narrator. He said the obliterator virus can generate their weapons. I'm honestly not sure. I know the obliterator virus is mostly a lore thing, and it's kind of their go-to like catch-all term. Hey Victor.
Yeah.
Do you know about the obliterator virus?
Is it a virus?
Yes.
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
I mean, isn't it just a thing that lets you mutate your hands into guns?
Yeah, as far as I know.
No, I don't know much more about it.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Victor's in the other room. This spike all painted up. Samus has a lot of spikes for no apparent reason. I know Kenny just gives you gun hands, which is very silly. Go. What other horns do you have? You have a bunch on this side of the face. I do like how asymmetrical this model is. Like, he's got horns everywhere. Like, his jaw doesn't even line up correctly, and I really am all about that. Because I feel like demons should not be symmetrical. Okay, what else do we got? Also, your best bet for getting the lore is not by some YouTuber, it's by watching or reading some of the audiobooks or listening to some of the audiobooks. You'll get a lot more out of it than you would a lore YouTuber. I'm not saying lore YouTubers are bad or anything, it's just it's better coming from the actual writers. nice and round. Get that spot nice and full. So we're just getting all the horns on him. Now it kind of looks like he's got like a whale eye on the side. But yeah, he's coming along nicely. I'm really debating if he should have a thong. Okay, so any other spikes that I missed? Yes. Okay. Alright, I think I got all of the spikes on him. Now, the official one doesn't actually highlight the spikes too much on his face. So, it's a bit weird. It's a bit janky, but we'll make it work. Okay, and then he's got his flesh cloaks, which he's got a few of. I know the Halberd is a crazy space marine in a robot suit. I did not know that they were in a Dreadnought. Yeah, it's a Dreadnought sarcophagus. So yeah, they go crazy. Actually, regular Dreadnoughts go crazy too. Like, that's actually one of the big problems with Dreadnoughts is they're prone to demonic incursion. And that's actually from their original lore too. Like, Dreadnoughts are insane. They're a bit silly too, if you ask me. Have a good day. I'm going to get back to meditation. Alright, take care. Alrighty. Yeah, but Hellbirds are pretty neato. I like them. Okay, we need a paint. I'm thinking Lutheran Gray for this. To give it a nice blue to the scheme. What does his actual model look like? What does his cloak look like? It just kind of looks like a weird flesh. Okay. So, Samus. Yeah. Anyway. Maybe green. Maybe. Do I want Lutheran Gray? Or do I want something different? Could do Pallid Witch Flesh. Let's see. Ooh, could do... No, I'm thinking Lutheran Gray. Okay, so here's my idea. I do Lutheran Gray, and then I do Gilliman Flesh over it. Okay, and that'll give a nice ghostly appearance of the skin, like rotted skin. I feel... bleh, I can talk, I promise. I feel... Okay, let's see. Do we have a garbage brush for this? There we go. That'll work. All right. But yeah, just relaxing, painting some junk. And then after this, I'm going to go get dinner. I don't know what I'm getting, but I know that I'm getting dinner. Okay, there we go. And let's just get to base coating all of this. So yeah, I'm just going to go over all of this stuff with my gray. Then I'm going to do the Gilliman flesh tone over it. And then I'm going to pick out and highlight the skulls and bones is my idea. Getting in there is going to be a bit tough because this paintbrush is a bit big. But yeah, remember always when you're painting, trust the process. Like, things won't look good right away. They take like 4 or 5 layers to look good. And your skill can always improve. Is the Defiler a possessed demon engine and the claws? Actually, the Defiler's lore is right in the Codex, and apparently it was a design by Abaddon according to the 4th edition Chaos Codex. I don't know how he designed it, but apparently he did. It's an interesting war machine. It was meant to be demonically possessed, which is interesting considering, you know, what it is. Okay. Awesome to see you live stream again. I used my 2-day off weekend to paint the last of my Indominus. Nice. Indominus is such a good set. I need more Blade Guard veterans out of it. Like, I want to get like, what is it? I think you could take 6 of them per, and I want to get 18 Blade Guard veterans. Just because of how good they are. Like, they're insane. So again, we're just trusting the process for his loincloth. It will look nice when it's done, I hope. This giant model is obnoxious to hold. And I like how GW released those model holder things. And they still kind of suck because they're like, oh yeah, just put the base on first. And it's like, no. I can't get into the model with a base on it. I still always find it better to sub-assemble a model than paint it. I think is my favorite way of painting things. Okay, and again, this is just trying to get the bulk of it. We're not looking for perfection. We are looking for a base coat. Okay. And there we go. So yeah, just getting the flesh on him all white. Well, actually it's turning a gray, which is what I like. I'm also probably going to use this to highlight his fur and everything. Let's see, Soul Grinders are half demon, half robot. I think you're thinking the other version of it. No, yeah, that's the Soul Grinder. The Defiler is more mechanical. From years of experience, I can tell you what GW paints taste like. That shouldn't be a thing that I can tell you. I can also tell you that layer paints have a different taste than base paints. It's mostly from this paintbrush. There we go. Yeah, I want to get a couple of Soul Grinders. They're not that good, but they're really cool looking. Like, and that's the whole reason that I want them. It's another giant demon that I can add to my army. And I am all about giant models. Giant models are just, if they're not fiddly, they're usually just easier to transport and just look nicer. Go. Oh. Okay. So loincloth is mostly based. Okay, let's see. Icky. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, comments, or anything, please ask away. Again, tell me the projects you're on, the projects you're doing, the ideas you have for armies. I want to know. What hobbying are you doing currently? Go, and you have all these teeth on you too that we need to do up. Trying to be as careful as possible. While I keep sharpening my brush with my tongue. I don't know why I do it. I just do it. There we go. Oop. 2 teeth done. You should add a demon prince to your army. Oh, you mean a demon prince, like, hang on. Like this one? Or maybe, getting these is a little bit too tricky. Or this one? Or, hear me out. This one. Or, maybe you want something a bit more crazy, like this one. I got a lot of demon princes. I have a ton of demon princes. And that's not even all of them. I have more. Like, I have 4 corn demon princes too. I really like big demons. They look fantastic. And I especially love this look. Like, this to me is the ideal version of Slanesh. Like, I go out of my way to get these because they are my favorite look for demons of Slanesh. Let's see. Have you found a reasonably big Warhammer community there in Iceland? There is a pretty large following of 40k. There's a store called Nexus that's really, really, really super nice, and I'm absolutely loving it right now. They have a pretty large community, and I'm part of their Facebook page, so I've just been checking it out. Here. Okay. But yeah, the community here is very nice. I think you kind of have to be, because if you're a dick in Iceland, like, everyone knows you. So it's like you'll always be known as a dick. Okay, you gotta make sure not to hit your glorious red in the ass. Just getting those 2 teeth on his back that he has. Corn Demon Prince. Yeah, my Corn Demon Prince is currently in a basement. Like, I'm not gonna go and get him because Demon Princes are practically pointless now. Like, the only reason you bring a Demon Prince in a game is for buffs and for rerolling ones. But like, now you don't have to because you can just take Be'lakor to do it. And Be'lakor is just better than a Demon Prince. And he also has a wider footprint too, so he'll always just be better than a Demon Prince. I think Be'lakor lets you reroll ones to hit. I forget. All I know is you bring a Demon Prince just for the reroll ones. Like, that's their only use right now. Hi everyone. Hello, Cybermat. What is up? What is going on? What is happening? I hope you're doing well, and I hope you're doing well in all things. I'm just gonna be careful here. go. Wondering if he got these giant teeth from other demons. I'm going to take a wild guess and say so. Alright. So that's looking pretty good. Now we can get to the silver. And then I can start doing some cleanup on you. Go. Are you a Total War fan? No, but Victor is very excited for it. And I did see the Slanesh stuff that came out for it. It looks amazing. Let's see. Hey Nord Queen, in your opinion, what is the best looking model and worst rule stat on the tabletop? With the worst rule stat on the tabletop. Let's see. Best looking, and it has to have the worst stat line. Oh, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. Striodot? Hello. I think that's how you say your name. Best looking model with the worst rules. God, there's a lot of them, but probably like a corn demon. Literally any of them. Like they look amazing, but they're kind of garbage. Like a corn demon prince is probably the best example of a ridiculously good looking model that is absolutely garbage. Because like a corn demon prince over any other demon prince is not a psyker and is just infinitely worse. Like it gets one more attack, which can turn into 3 attacks. So whoop-de-doo, over dealing mortal wounds because of smite. And it's just not worth it. Like, Corn on the tabletop should have the rules that the Sisters of Silence have, where they just cancel out psychic powers. Or at least have, like, what the Sisters have, where they can just deny the witch for everything. On a 1d6 and on a 6, it's just denied. Like, they should have that stat across the entire thing. So now we are doing Lead Belcher on all of the metal that appears on this dude, including that big-ass sword. What are you? You're pretty good. Boop. So we have a lot of chains on this dude, and that's what we're going to get to right now. Let's just try to get across these chains and make them look all nice. But yeah, Corn Demon Prince is probably the best model with the worst rules currently, in my opinion. Let's see. Do you find Space Marine servitors useful? Not in Space Marines, but in AdMech they're extremely useful. In fact, I actually have 3 of them on my work table. So we have a lot of these. I like them. They're pretty good with multi-meltas. They're actually a really good shock and awe unit. Like, they can definitely take an... like, if your opponent's not ready for them, they can be terrifying. They're also cheap infantry that can do objectives. So it just depends how you use them. But in Space Marines, I find them to be lackluster. Your sword is in the way, and I can't see these chains because of it. Space Marines have a lot of redundant units, though. Like, that's kind of their MO, is redundancy. But yeah. Boop. Okay. There's a tooth there that I missed. Gotta come back and get that. Go. There's another tooth here. This guy likes teeth, apparently. It's like a tooth fairy. That's my new headcanon. Samus is a tooth fairy. No one can convince me otherwise. So now we're just getting the back and getting all the silver on there. And then eventually we will swap it out and get the rest of this. And in a little bit, we'll actually start doing washing once all of the other colors are finished. There's a tooth right here too that I gotta get. It's got like this weird hook thing that's stuck to him. He's got a lot of like weird little rings attached to him. I'm gonna guess it's for collecting more teeth because he's a tooth fairy. Boop. Yeah. There we go. Okay, what do we got? Well, if everyone else is painting, guess I should get back to painting more Sisters of Battle. Guess you'll never have enough sisters. Oh, that's true. I have 3 shelves of Sisters of Battle like sitting next to me. I absolutely love them. I'm trying to paint, I'm trying to finish that army. And by finish, I mean have 3 of every single choice in that army. And I'm getting close. I'm almost done. Okay, you have a ring right here, which we gotta get. Like I have 6 exorcists. I don't need 6 exorcists, but I have them. There we go. Then I got another ring right here. Boop. Yeah. Okay. Let's try to find these other rings on him, because for some reason he has a lot of rings. I'm not entirely sure why. There's also brown that I just completely missed on his wrist. Good evening, everyone. Hello! How would orcs feel about the tooth fairy? They'd probably think of it as competition, or that it takes weak teeth, and that's why it's so small. Even if it was Samus. Orcs would definitely think demons are weaker than them. Like, hands down, they would just look at a giant demon and be like, I bet I could beat it up. And that would be their entire, like, MO. They would just try to beat up a giant demon. I always view, like, the orcs as the actual fan base of 40k, where they're just like, my dad can beat up your dad. And it's just orc logic. Like, if I would say there was one good guy in 40k, it's the orcs. I gotta get back into the silver and the white. I completely missed skulls on the front. But this is why we just do multiple layers. Like, we always check, we always make sure we got everything, and then we just go back with different colors. Okay, what do we got? I know how Hat can be 2 battle companies of Dark Angels along with half a company of Ithwing, I think you mean Deathwing, and Ravenwing. I don't know what you're asking or what you're saying. My apologies. Can you please rewrite that? I'm currently working on Black Templars. Nice. BTs are really fun. They're an interesting army. I feel like they don't have enough aesthetic differences from, like, other Space Marines. They feel like, a clean version of Space Wolves, if you ask me. Like, that's how I view their army. It's like, it's the clean version of Space Marines. Okay. But yeah, Black Templar are pretty dope. I go back and forth on them. I don't like their ravenous fan base. Like, the ones that don't actually play the tabletop game, the ones that just pretend to be Black Templar, and it's, like, super cringy. But overall, I don't, I do like their new models. I think their models look really nice. this chain around your foot because for some reason you decided to chain a skull to your foot. I'm not even going to question this one. And demons are filled with like stupid little details. It's going to be nice when you're finished. You will look so cool on my shelf. And you'll more than likely see more D&D and Dark Heresy than tabletop games. Because you are terrible on tabletop. Okay. So for the most part, got all of that. So now we need to switch back to white and get the rest of these skulls. Boop. Okay. Would it be possible if for a Khorne follower to still be technically in a battle than just Mad Blood Berserker as the Khorne force? Mainly a Chaos Knight who would. I think what you're asking is, could somebody fall in battle and just become a berserker and not realize it? And the answer is yes. Isn't that just the orcs anyway? Yes, you are correct. Samus is written in the novel. He's written like he is a demon of Nurgle rather than Khorne. Yeah, that's always been weird because Samus. I always thought like Samus was like a demon of all the gods, but it's like no, Khorne. And it's like wait, what? Why? Okay. Let me just get those 2 spots on his arms. Ulfr, since you're here, look at his glorious ass, and he has a bulge. Just saying, demon dick. You're welcome. I bet you did not expect to see that on a live stream. Show up, boom, demon penis. Still find it funny that somebody had to sculpt a demon penis. Okay. I'm just getting his little wrist. God, I forget what this is called. A vambrace? I think it's a vambrace. What's even weirder is because he's a demon of the Ruinstorm, he could technically be divided for all the gods. Because that's actually okay in 30k. Demon penis. Yep, that's this dude. Got demon penis. He's got a wiener. Honestly, I thought it would be bigger. Disappointed. Okay, and now let's get the rest of the white on you. Let's see. I think there is only one Prince of Chaos Undivided. Yeah, there's only Bellacourt right now. In 30k, you can run Demon Princes of all the gods. I think. I've heard that. I'm not 100% on that. I'd have to recheck the rules. But I think Demons of the Ruinstorm can actually have demons dedicated to multiple gods. Because it was supposed to be all of them unified against the Emperor. Okay, and we got this little tiny skull right here. Pictures of this will be up on my Insta once it's finished. So once I finish him, you can see him on my Instagram. Which, by the way, I have an Instagram. I always forget about it, but I do have one. Nice base coat on this. Itch my eyeball because my eyeball is itchy. Corn Demons is so mad because they have a small wiener. Yep. Corn is the god of caring about people with small wieners. Oh, that's funny. I want to know how he gets his skin to stay on. Such an odd question to ask. Like, if no one knew the context of that, that would be such a weird question to hear. 40K is a weird hobby. Alright, what do we got? Samus having an oddly large bulge. Well, yeah, that's his mark of Slanesh. Oh my god, that's his curse from Slanesh. Massive demon. Slanesh is like, small penis. And he's just like, what? No! Skin glue. Oh, that's good. So angries. Korn does seem to be the only chaos god of compensation. Yep, Korn, the chaos god of compensation. Honestly, okay, so hear me out. I think Korn is the god that people think that when they have internet rage they would go to. But like, Korn would probably ban them. Although Korn is the god of blood and violence. Probably really like Americans. Yeah. I don't know if I just made a terrible joke or a realization. I'm just gonna leave that one as is. I don't know how to follow that up. So we're just gonna pretend I didn't say that. Do I make his bulge pink? These are the questions. Go. There we go. Okay, so he's starting to take like actual shape now. Like, I think he's starting to come out, like, really, really well. Like, he's starting to look good. Okay. Make it either pink or purple. No, just make it blue. Corn's been blue-balled too many times. That's why he's so angry. Oh, that's terrible. I'm terrible. He would hate Canadians. We apologize too much. No, he'd love Canadians. Especially what you guys do to Indigenous people. It's terrible. You guys are as bad as Americans. Let's see. Okay, almost everything is dry, so I think it's time to do a little bit of... Do I want to do washing or dry brush? or fixing first. I think I want to do washing and then I'll fix the black armor. So I'm going to wash all the brass. That's what I'm going to do. Start from sepia. That's pretty funny. That's actually really funny. Make it an LED. I like that. I like that a lot. Alex just murdered all of the Canadians. I'm sorry, Canada peoples. It's just you guys' history is as bloody as Americans, and you just pretend to be better. I gotta wash all the leather too. And then I want to put a dry brush of a different color on the leather. Don't mind me, I just casually insulted an entire people. I apologize. Okay, let's see. LEDs seem more admech. I got LEDs in a bunch of my tanks and everything. Okay. Just trying to get that leather all looking nice and everything. Boop. There we go. Welcome to Iceland. Sorry for the prices, the green energy, and the volcano. Yo, I love the green energy. Are you kidding? The volcano's nice too. But yeah, I am actually really enjoying this country. Like it's really, really, really nice. And I love that people are patient with me for not knowing Icelandic. Because I'm like, I am sorry, I'm trying my best. Your language is very difficult. Especially for somebody who's failed English as many times as I have. I never finished the white on his shoulder. I'm an idiot. I just completely forgot it. But yeah, I'm really liking Iceland. A really big culture shock though, like damn. The one thing that that actually gets me as a culture shock thing is Americans don't get within 3 feet of each other, and in Iceland people get really close to you. Like it's so weird. And they don't say excuse me. Like, they just move that way, and it's weird. Like, that's the weird thing to me. And don't consider me uncultured. I've been to 5 different countries. Although the one thing is, like, being Irish here kind of means that everyone thinks I'm just native. For right now, anyway. The second I start talking, they realize that I'm not. But I get a lot of people who just flat out talk to me in Icelandic and expect like a full conversation, and I'm just sitting there like, what? Trying to get these skulls done. Teeth need to be washed. These skulls on his ass. No, but I do want to get some games in over at Nexus. I think it could be a lot of fun. Okay, and then he's got his little wrists. We are actually almost done with this model already. Or at least done to the point where I'd call it done. Because I just want this model to look good on camera, and that's about it. Which god does the birds. I don't know what you mean. Wow, not responding back and forth. No. What I mean is people will just push past each other. It's kind of weird. It's something that I'm getting used to here. Okay. I think we got all of those skulls. Just about this. Okay, yo, Samus is coming out really nice. Like, this guy's looking dope as hell. I still want to do the purple for his gums. Okay, then let's put that down. Wash this through. Did you eat anything into the volcano yet? No. No. I haven't even been to the volcano yet. I want to. I want to go there. Duolingo, the language app. Could check it out, but I don't know what you mean. Oh, this is looking gruesome. I like this. Yo, contrast paints do so much work. I love contrast paints. Why are they so good to me? They're just like the best thing ever. Okay. There we go. Oh, I put too much paint on that. Let's just get that over here. It's way too much. Yeah. Here we go. Fixed. I'm going to be doing Gilliman flesh over all of this flesh. And then we'll probably darken it or lighten it, depending on how I feel. I gotta see what it looks like first. Okay. There we go. Oh, the other thing about Iceland is they're, if you're an American coming here, or Canadian, or yeah, Mexican as well, or from South America, or any of the Americas, you'll start noticing that you'll definitely notice that the food is not as sweet, which is both a good and a bad thing. Like, even soda is not as sweet. It's weird. It's one of the things that I noticed right away. Yeah, I am liking how that's coming out. That's looking really nice. So now we just need to wait for that to dry. And that is the contrast Gilliman flesh over Uthran Grey. I gotta remember to say these things because people will ask. And I will be able to answer now. Because I am a genius at painting forever. I'm not good at painting. Let's see what the chat is saying. Currently the volcano is just a smoldering rock of toxic fumes. Describes my past relationships. Sorry, but that really does. Let's see. It's just a meme that bird mascots sends threatening messages if you miss a day using the app. Oh, weird. Bashing everything in free black sand now. Basing everything in free black sand now. Yes, I have a bunch of stuff based in black sand. it is super useful, but I do have to bring a sifter with me next time. Oh, you're coming out so well. Look at this. I'm so happy with how this guy is coming out. So proud of you for coming out. Ah, there we go. No, you're too wet. Never a problem. Gotta get the right consistency. There we go. Now we can do your teeth. So I'm going to do a black wash on your teeth. Okay. I hate that this model's teeth broke. It's a 4-year-old model. You always have something broken. Current state of Rosalina. God, where did we leave her last time? I think she just fought a bunch of Gene Stealer cultists. So I have to re-edit a battle report for her. Okay, now it's time for a black wash. Don't have that here. Black wash. There we go. Grab this, let's see. Yeah, that's black. Okay. And now we just have to hit up all of the silver on here with a no oil wash. It's the easiest way to make silver look nice and to make it look semi-realistic is with non-oil. I forgot the skulls on your legs, so I do have to get to those. Okay, and then we'll get to those teeth, because I want them like an off color and then just a little wipe. Okay. Get a darker mouth with black wash. Okay. Yeah, that's looking nice. Oh, the mouth is looking good now. I'm really happy with how that's coming out. And we just need to hit these rings a little bit. And a wee bit of dark in there. These chains. More chains. More chains, because your body is covered in chains. Okay. Oh, and then this chain's up here. All right, now I just need to get the skulls on your feet, because I completely forgot about those. All right. Super proud Samus is coming out. Has everyone been painting Gene Stealers so that they're all wearing denim? That is actually funny. Okay. So we got skulls on your feet, and then I actually need this. I need a thinner brush for this. Whoops, just put my hand on that. Okay, we got a skull right here. That's hanging upside down. Boop, there we go. Oh yeah, and if you guys want to support the channel and what I do here, you could use the super chat feature. It goes a long way to helping out the channel. And it helps me out a ton, especially being that I'm unemployed in a foreign country. Boop. we go. Got the skulls on your feet. And I just want to add a tiny dry brush to your teeth. Just a tiny, tiny bit to highlight them right at the edge. Because that's what makes teeth stand out. So when you do a tiny highlight on them. There we go. See? Oh. Tiny highlight. Goes a long way. Look at how cool Samus looks. Like once the base is done, this'll look way better, I promise. And we still have to dry brush all the hair and everything, and all the horns, and the nails, and the feet things that are there. There's a lot of dry brushing that's still left of this. Okay. So now we need to get this part before I forget it again. There we go. But yeah, this model is coming out pretty quickly and pretty nice in my opinion. And I should have it up on Instagram soon. And the one thing that I do want to do is I gotta check if I have blood for the blood god. Because if I don't, this won't work. But the big thing that I'm going to do to the skin cloaks that are on them is I'm going to add blood for the blood god in between them. So it looks like they were stitched together while bleeding. And I don't know if I have it. Corn red. Screamer. I don't think I have it. Oh, that sucks. Alright, so I'm going to need to go and get that paint, unfortunately. Alright, so let's get a dried brush. Now, we need a gray. Gray. That's pallid witch flesh. That's a silver. Mechanicus standard gray. There we go. Now what we're going to do with this is we're going to take a bit of it. You know, typical noises. The only Forge World model I've ever thought about getting was the Wraith Stealer. They are really, really, really cool. Like, Wraith Stealers are nice. It's a bit too little on my brush. So now we're just doing dry brushing to the hair. So dry brushing is one of my favorite techniques, like, ever, because it is simple and it makes everything look nicer. I also use my hand as a dry brush palette, so ignore that. So what I'm doing is I'm putting gray on this first. And then I'm going to go over this with a white to give it a nice deep color. And this ought to make all of that stand out just a bit more and make it a little bit more intimidating. And I still have to do cleanup on the armor. So this thing won't be done for a little bit longer. But dry brushing is a very simple process, and you barely need any skill to do it, which is why I love it. Drybrushing is my best friend. Boo, boo, boo. There we go. Boop. Hey, thank you for the donation. You're awesome and I love you. Okay, what does it say? Just got on break, so forgive the late comment. One, the belt in my personal headcanon is for binding the demon to their bosses. Ooh, I like that. And the whole dead loincloth. Yeah. No, I like that. I like that idea that the belts are a way of binding the demon to their god. That actually might be my new headcanon for that. Like, I really, really, really like that idea. Gotta love dry brushing. It's so simple, so rewarding, and makes everything look so much better. Like, you can't be a bad painter if you know how to dry brush. Boop. Before Christmas, should you read your new book while wearing... Wait, what was that? Before Christmas, you should read your new book while wearing new clothes so that the demon cat doesn't get you. I don't have any new books just yet. Oh wait, yeah I do. I thought me and Victor are reading. Go. The belt people would know that he has a small dick. True. There's the real reason. This one is gray. Oh man. Dry brushing is fun. It just takes a while. And I still have to do the sword. Like, oh, there's two silver. I haven't looked at his arm in a while. Like, that whole part needs to be finished. Okay, we need to do something with this. Okay, so we still need to finish that sword. It's just, right now, I don't want to finish this sword because it's bent. And I know if I bend it back, it'll crack all the paint off of it. But he is coming out really, really, really nice. I am thoroughly enjoying how he's coming out. Okay, and then do I want to bring it up to a bright or like an Uthran gray or Slanesh gray? What kind of light gray do I want? Could go for Administratum gray. Just a little bit of this. Let's check this out. What does this look like? Go. Oh yeah, that's looking good. So yeah, just a little bit of Administratum gray. Add that. See how this is coming out. Add it to the mid-beard. Add it to the horns just a bit. There we go. Add to this side's horns. And then we still have to bring this up to a white, so... Add to the toes. Go. Okay, and then let's bring that up to Othern Gray. So we got 3 grays going on this, but it is going to create a really nice effect once this is finished. And yes, I do use my hand as a dry brushing palette. Come at me. Okay. Just a wee bit, so that we can give the horns some shape. And a little bit to the back. Then hit these, and we'll just hit the corners of these. And the toe beans. There we go. Now that, if this thing will focus. Focus. If you can see it, you can see all the detail in the horns, as they have 5 different shades on them. And this is the style of horn that I really like, where it has like this dimension of light hitting it. So I'm really liking how this guy's coming out. Okay. Now just hit up these skulls. Almost to the point where I can call this model good. I'm still debating on this sword, so forgive me. All I see is demon booty. Look at that booty. If someone donates like 100, I will paint a thong on him. I wouldn't even hesitate. Like, he's got a thong booty. Like, you can see where the thong is. Like, come on. Someone donates, I will do it. Okay. Now we just need Gilliman Flesh Tone. So there are a few things that I can't do right now with this guy. One of the things that I really want to do with his cloths and everything on him, his skin coats, I really wanted to put, oh my god, so what did I want to do? I wanted to put like blood for the blood god all over them to give them a nice like sick look of like, hey, these are fresh, if that makes sense. But unfortunately, I don't have that paint currently, so I need to go and get it. So yeah. Boop. Okay. Oh, it's looking so nice. Look at this. Look at him. Look at this boy. Look at this dude. I'm really happy with him. Okay, just wash up my paintbrush. Boop. Alright, what do we got? About to get out of work. Just wanted to drop in and say hi real quick. Oh, hello. So she does need to wear the new clothes. Her points due to missing. Okay. Samus really does have a thong. He does! Like, he has thong lines. Like, this is a dude that's insecure about his masculinity and is probably experimenting behind your back and is probably, like, actually kind of gay. Like, definitely, like, closeted gay. Especially with those thong lines. Like, this dude likes thongs. There's nothing wrong with that, obviously. It's just, his take on it was probably pretty bad. These are jokes, by the way. just in case you couldn't tell. So I'm probably just going to be really lame with him and just do Strickland Mud for his base. I think that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to wait on that sword for now. Just because I want a bit more for the sword. And I want to get it, straightened out before I paint it. Really have like a thong lines. Loincloth, just medieval jockstrap. No, those are definitely like, that is straight up a thong. I won't. My headcanon is that dude wears a thong. That is my headcanon now and forever. Whoop, blah. Okay. Now just to do basing. This is going to take a while because he has a big base. And this is just very simplistic basing for now. I don't know if I want to do anything special for him for a base. I'm just unsure how I want to do the base. Is Samus the demon that fights... No, it's not Samus. That fights... Bird Boy. What's his name? Sanguinius. I couldn't remember Birdman's name. Feathers. That's his name. That's the nickname we came up with for him. And I'm just doing simple stuff for your base, just for now. Okay, just a wee bit more. Okay. And boom. Now he's got his base work done. And Samus is basically finished for now. I'm going to do a black base rim for him, obviously. But as of right now, I'm going to wait on the sword. But for the most part, I think I'm happy with him. Oh, do I do yellow eyes? I might do yellow eyes. Let me see. What color eyes do you actually have? Yeah, you do have yellow eyes. Okay, cool. We'll do some yellow eyes real quick. Yellow. We're going to use Avalon Sunset. It's a base, but it works really well for this. Birdman sounds like an NFT. It does. NFTs are so stupid. Okay. So let's grab you, not put my hand on your base. All right, now we just have to get your eye. It's kind of there. My hands don't want to stay steady right now. It's going to be very difficult to get. Okay, just connect my hands. Like, even his two eyes are different. I like that. I had to use one of my good brushes. forget his eyes. Boom. Eyes. If you can see the other one. There we go. So that is Samus as far as I want to paint. Actually, there's a spot missing. Oh, I see it. I'll fix it later. But this is Samus pretty much done. Like, I'm really happy with how he came out. And yeah, like, damn, he came out good. Here I am, why I have red paint all over my hands. Yeah, trying to explain this is always, like, interesting. Like, yeah. But I am going to wrap up this stream here. I am really happy with how he came out. And I want to thank everybody for watching. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe. And I want to do more live streams in the future. Like, I personally like live streams over, like, making videos. It's much more organic for me. Yeah, that makes sense. That doesn't make sense. Seamus. She's. But yeah, thank you everybody for joining. As always, I'm Northern Queen Alexis. I love you guys. Bye.